I'm gonna really need the internet to stop making people like this famous.
Nice and shad, 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 nice and shad.
Please. I know. I've already made multiple videos about Mikayla Nogueira, and guess what? It ain't stopping. Okay, I've got a lot to say. Because I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. I don't know if you'll be able to hear that bulldog snoring right now. He's really just found his home in the wingback, my podcasting chair that's in my reading nook. I just posted a short last week of him in the ball pit by himself. I moved it. He found it. Anyways, let's get into it. Last video that I did about Mikayla Nogueira was very much so just focused on her filtering. And yes, I want to touch on that again, but mainly today I want to talk about how she is, in my opinion, the queen of rage bait at this point. And you might be saying, but Chelsea, just pearly things exists.
Let's say
actually, I think we should ban divorce too. Yeah, I think that should be banned.
that's a little bit silly. You have to acknowledge that, right?
No, I would say ban divorce.
If the relationship is physically abusive.
If it's one-sided physically abusive, okay, fine, divorce. We can allow divorce for those exceptions, but
Okay.
I just say stay out of marriage. And the majority of divorces nowadays, it's just, when the girl just feels like leaving.
That's not true.
So, and well,
It's just not true.
I've talked to hundreds of women.
The reason why I truly do think that Mikayla Nogueira is the most successful rage baiter and catfish on the interwebs is because she really seems to have her audience fooled, and it might just be the TikTokification of the social media landscape in the world that we're living in right now, to where if you're TikTok famous or, you have all your content over there, your audience over there, and most of your viewers aren't that invested in what you're doing, your personal life, if you're lying about something, because it is truly such short form content. So you're not sitting there watching 30, 40, 2 hours, 3 hours of someone's content per week, Do not go harass anyone, please. I know I'm going to get comments of people being like, oh my God, you're just jealous. Jealous of what? I don't want to be that unethical. I don't want to sell my soul and all that for a bunch of money. If I wanted to, I would. I don't want to do that. No, thank you. Or, oh, you're just jealous of the followers and all that. No, not at all. Very happy with my content, all that. And the thing is, no matter who's saying this information, it still is true. If you don't like me, who cares? It doesn't dismiss what I'm saying, right? And everything I'm about to talk about is not body shaming. I quite literally don't care what her body looks like. It does not matter. However, when we're talking about false advertising, which is what she's doing in almost every single one of her videos, since she is someone who is reviewing, testing, promoting, selling, especially with TikTok Shop now, products, and if you're filtering what you are showing of that product or item or piece of clothing, then ultimately you are changing how it works, how it wears, how it looks, and therefore it is false advertising. Now, in one of my last videos about her, people who clearly are 5 years old were saying things like, oh, well, people on TV do that too. And it's like, yeah, that's wrong too. Or, oh, who cares? She's just an influencer. I care. I'm a content creator as well. People like this are giving our industry a bad name. And I don't understand how someone who constantly, almost in every single video, is lying to her audience, in my opinion, how do you still have an audience? And yes, some of the brands are to blame as well to a certain extent because they are going to continue working with her. Then again, capitalism, baby. Of course, they're going to keep working with her because unfortunately she moves product. Is crazy because she lies so much. Wild. Looking back on Mikayla's internet career, it seems that many people are unaware of her having a whole nother life when she was a teenager and she was internet famous on Tumblr. And she was seemingly just as problematic. And we can say all day long, yes, she was a literal child when she was on Tumblr and when she had her first taste of internet fame. And everyone says and does really dumb stuff when they're a kid. I get it. Completely understand that. However, when you're doing the same shit, but much worse a decade later, I would say that this information is quite relevant. Allegedly, Mikayla would do fake giveaways for gift cards, Apple product, etc. on her Tumblr page in order to gain followers. And it said that she also had a generally really shitty attitude towards everyone. And multiple people who went to high school with her have said that she was a bully as well. Mikayla would also back then post heavily filtered, color graded photos and say that she wasn't wearing makeup when she was. Again, we can blame that on being a kid. But she has also multiple times when she was younger said that she was a makeup artist and took clients. And then even more recently, since she has been an adult and has had her second round of internet fame to quite a massive scale, she was interviewed for quite a big publication and said that she has been a professional makeup artist and taking clients for a certain number of years. But if you did the math with that, that would mean that she was professionally doing makeup for clients when she was 10 years old. Just because your parents buy you an Urban Decay makeup palette, that does not make you a makeup artist. Stop it. Something else as well from her past that's extremely disturbing is the fact that when Mikayla was 13, 14 years old, she was dating a 20-year-old that she met through Tumblr, and her parents knew about it. They have multiple pictures together. Like her parents allowed this. And I know as a parent, I mean, listen, when I was younger, I dated people that my parents they hated. They absolutely did not approve. None of them were over 18 when I was a child. Now, there have been quite a lot of people who have come out since Mikayla has gotten quite famous regarding her accent, her being just generally a shitty person and a pathological liar. And many people who grew up down the street from her, went to high school with her, know her family quite well. One who was friends with her older brother, and then they had mutual friends as well. And all of them have alleged that her accent is completely fake. Could you imagine how exhausting it must be being Mikayla Nogueira, faking your accent and filtering yourself into a whole different person? Mikayla, just be yourself. People don't care. They literally don't care.
Hey guys, so I just got off the bus and I was at school, so I'm gonna start doing like random vlogs. And so today I just wanted to do like a vlog to show you my chickens because they are so amazing. So let's walk over here. This is my
Now instantly when I was looking through Mikayla's Tumblr page, I just got flashbacks of middle school. And that one girl who had the swoop bangs, how do they smile? With like their eyebrows all the way up. And it just gives them a bunch of wrinkles. Your injector, but not like that. Acacia Brimley. Brimley. That one. I'll show some pictures. She's also been extremely controversial as well. Maybe we should do a video on her. It's very much so that aesthetic on Mikayla's old Tumblr page. And again, most of this, I would say we can just file under cringe teenager things and just leave it at that. But her shitty attitude that has come out multiple times, her accent being like proven to be fake, and her continuing with it for what other reason other than rage bait.
At this makeup bag! Kim Kardashian! Tat has come nice and shag.
So today I went to the Pamograph Lab. I interviewed Google AI experience.
AI, is it good or bad for the world?
Wait, AI or AR?
AI. Oh, wait, is it AR? It's augmented reality. It's not
AR.
AI.
I think AR.
And then also continuously filtering her body and face into, again, a whole different person, and then doing undisclosed ads on top of it. It's like, okay, then that it is relevant. Before I go over some of the most recent ridiculously filtered things, let's discuss a little timeline of Mikayla's shenanigans, shall we? Doing makeup transitions, having the end result edited, having the whole videos edited. And I don't mean cut up, obviously. You're not just going to show the raw footage, but I mean color grading, as she says, and then also actual like skin blurring filters. So many of her videos from even last year, some even this year, it looks as if we are in the Marilyn Monroe times of cinema and they have wiped some Vaseline on the lens of the camera to give it that blurring effect.
Sipping on straight glory, let the vibe slide over me. This beat is a chemical. Beat is a chemical. When I leave,
When will the Photoshop and the heavy editing stop? Let's have a conversation while I apply my morning skincare. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? I wanted to talk about the fact that Mikayla continues to edit her photos. She uses Photoshop, and honestly, if you see her in a photo or a video online and then compare it to what she looks like when someone takes a picture of her out, it's not the same person. Of course, I'm kidding, but it does not look like the same person. In a recent video, Mikayla is wearing this very cute sky blue jumpsuit, and then she is photographed in that same outfit later that day, and the face looks completely different, her body looks different, it looks like an entirely different person. Try to look up what I'm talking about and let me know what you think in the comments.
And of course, I understand TikTok is garbage and it does compress videos and it really does lower the quality of videos. I get it. However, this is her job. And she makes $20 million plus a year. She can afford to get bare minimum and the newest iPhone and film on the back camera and like make it not blurry and shitty. Or hey, just not filter it. So like I said, throughout the years, she has said constantly, I don't filter my videos. I don't filter my videos. I don't edit. I don't, edit my face or my body. Absolutely. Yes, you do. And I get it. There's a difference between good lighting and good angles. Like, I'm not gonna, right? Sitting like a shrimp. Hello. Always sitting like a shrimp. Unclench your jaw, stop sitting like a shrimp. Straighten up those vertebrae, okay? Thanks. And wearing shapewear, posing, all that. Wearing things that flatter your body. I get it. Someone who hardly leaves their house, and when I do, I usually look like I'm working in a garden because that is what I do a lot of the time with my kid. So, child labor. So I get it. We're all not slaying constantly, but also that's not the same person. That's not the same person. Stop it, please. Stop it. And people all day long can say, well, it doesn't matter. Leave her alone, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, it does matter. You just don't have a problem with it. Other people are allowed to be upset about it. It is unethical as she is a public figure and she does constantly post and review and do undisclosed ads and all that. But more so than that, babe, if she wants to be a role model or not, she is. And yes, my biggest problem with it is she's, other than like the whole false advertising regarding selling a product and, all that, is that she's lying about it. Not okay. Not okay at all. Just like how I didn't want to go too far into the cringy and annoying things that she said when she was a teenager, because again, you're a child. You're going to say dumb stuff. You haven't really lived life. You're ignorant. I'm not saying it's okay. Like, your parents should do better, obviously, but like, my fellow millennials, are you very happy that your MySpace has been lost to the ether? Me too. Oh my God. There's this one picture of me on there that I thought I slayed so hard. Figured out how to do self-timer on my Sony Cybershot. And I had these angel wings that were feathers, like literal, like made out of white feathers, as wings would be. Got in my shower, fully clothed with the angel wings on, and sat there with like my hair all big and swooped to the side. I was like looking away. Girl, what are you sad about? You're in 7th grade. People bullying you because they say you stuff your bra and really you just grew boobs first. You'll be fine. Don't worry. But another thing I didn't really want to get too far into is her relationship with her family, because as a semi-public figure myself, having people, make commentary about you, whatever, when people do talk about your family who are private citizens, private figures, not public figures, whatever, it kind of does suck. However, I'm okay talking about this because Mikayla wrote this little excerpt herself. And I think this gives a good little idea of just of her outlook, how not great of a person she is, and all that. This was written in college, okay? Keep that in mind. And yes, Mikayla wrote this. Uncertainty reduction theory can be seen in action when Mikayla's estranged sister, Amber, entered back into her life. Amber Nogueira is the daughter of Michael Nogueira and the half-sister of Mikayla Nogueira. They have the same father, but different mothers. When Amber's mother divorced from Michael, it was incredibly challenging for her. It became worse when Michael met Patrice, who eventually became his second wife. Amber felt unloved and unvalued in this situation. Michael found someone new to love and wanted to start his life over, whereas Amber's mother was depressed and could not provide for her fully. When Michael and Patrice became pregnant with their second child, Mikayla, Amber was unhappy. She was no longer the precious daughter of the family, so she left. She vanished from Mikayla Mikayla and the entire family's life for 9 years. No one knew where she was, what she may be doing, or even if she was okay. She was simply gone. So just assuming the age gap that we know of here, buddy, is Mikayla suggesting that her half-sister just left the family? No one knew where she was, what happened, blah, blah, blah. You didn't look for her? What? She was younger than like 14 years old. What? Excuse me? Years after Amber disappeared, she decided to come back into Mikayla's life. It was a cold day in December when Mikayla was looking through her unread emails and saw one subject line, "I'm your sister." When she opened it, it was a long email from Amber expressing that she was incredibly sorry for vanishing after all this time. Who was Amber? To Mikayla, she was a complete stranger. She had no idea who she was. She vanished from her life when she was only 3 years old. Never spoke of her. It was hard for Mikayla to read that email for the first time. She even had to ask her parents who Amber was because she did not remember. After her parents became aware of the email, they decided to invite Amber to their home. It had been 9 years since Amber had stepped foot in the Nogueira home. So for Mikayla, it was really a stranger visiting. The initial interaction between Amber and Mikayla was bleak and dubious. Okay, Miss Thesaurus. Because Mikayla had significant cognitive and behavioral uncertainty. They engaged in small talk and sat a far distance from one another across the couch. Mikayla did not really know what to say to this stranger who was apparently her sister. Mikayla began to ask questions in an effort to learn about Amber and feel less uncomfortable. The questions asked were simply scraping the surface, such as, "How are you doing? Are you excited for Christmas?" Which all would receive a straight to the point answer. Yet as time went on, the discussions became more involved and more intimate questions were asked. With more time to talk, Mikayla and Amber began to make direct eye contact and decrease their physical distance. Eventually, as they began to discuss the family and what they had in common, their exchange rate became balanced. Mikayla, this interaction with a stranger was no ordinary one because she was meeting the sister she did not realize she had. And then she continues and says, yet there was a lot about Amber that Mikayla didn't know. Soon after meeting her sister at the age of 12, Mikayla came to learn that Amber was not exactly the type of sister she expected her to be. Amber had dropped out of high school and had never had a job. She lived on disability even though she was incredibly capable of having a job. As more time passed, Amber visited less and less, and Mikayla felt like her sister was disappearing all over again. Now Mikayla and her sister she has not seen her in years. Mikayla's perception, sister, during the initial interaction can be considered in terms of Berger's 1979 prospect of future interaction. After Mikayla learned of Amber's irresponsibility and lack of motivation to see her, she lost the desire to see Amber again. Therefore, Mikayla lost incentive and had no motivation for future interaction. She dropped out of high school? You don't like that she dropped out of high school? Well, apparently she was homeless, and you didn't like that she can't get a job and seems like she's physically capable of getting a job and she's on disability. Hey, guess what? Unfortunately, if she doesn't have a GED, there isn't a whole lot of jobs she can get. But also, does she have kids? Pretty sure she actually does have kids. If you have kids, you don't have a job, can't get a job, have someone gotta take care of the kids. Okay, disability. This is such a shitty outlook and a shitty opinion. Like, dear God, this shit pisses me off. It sounds like what might have happened is Mikayla was hearing things from other family members who, not to take the blame off her, she's an adult at this point, but hearing things from other family members, and she was probably disappointed to learn that her dad had a whole nother family and didn't even tell her. So that's awkward. So of course, let's move on to some other scandalous things. So we've all seen that Mikayla, when she was in college, was in a promo video for her college, and she had a pretty normal voice when she was in that promo video. And that came out and people were like, oh my gosh, so you fake your accent? What are you talking about? And she's like, no, that's just like my radio voice or like my TV voice, my camera voice, whatever. You know, like when you're in sales, you have your phone voice. You get it? Do you? I don't know, probably not. I have my phone voice. My husband hates it. That's okay. He has his work voice. What else was I gonna say? But the thing is that when she was doing YouTube videos and vlogs and Tumblr posts or anything like that, when she was in middle school or early high school, she also didn't have that accent. So it's like, is it? And then, of course, like I said before, people who know her from her town have verified, like, no, it's fake, 100% fake. Now, since Mikayla blew up on TikTok, she also had that scandal, cancellation, not even cancellation. She got backlash when she was complaining about how hard it is to be an influencer and how she films content from a certain chunk of the morning and then edits that content and then is in meetings and from like 2 to 5 every day. No, you're not. You're not in meetings from 2 to 5 every day. Also, if you are, that's your fault. If that's your work schedule, you suck. That's your own fault. No, girl, no. I work 3 days a week, 1 day for filming all my content, 1 day for recording the podcast and having meetings in the morning and doing admin stuff in the morning. And then Wednesday is editing day. And then I work at night too. Like, I mean, you're in meetings all day, bitch. No, you're not. Like, what are you talking about? So dumb. And also the short form, like as someone, and of course not to compare to me, I'm sorry, I know it's annoying when I do that, but that's like the only thing as an influencer I can compare it to. But when you are someone who makes short form content, yeah, a lot goes into editing those videos, especially when you're batch filming, batch editing, all that. However, hey girl, maybe if you didn't have to spend so much time filtering your body and face on your videos, maybe it wouldn't take as long. That is just a crazy sentiment, and be like, and now I'm just now getting done with work at 5:19, 5:19, 5:19. Try being an influencer for a day. If the money was there and people were making the money that you do, yeah, I'm sure people would love to be an influencer for a day. It is time consuming, yes. It is a lot of work in the beginning without any pay. Yeah, takes a lot of consistency, a lot of time, can take a lot of time. It's not hard work, it's just time consuming, especially mentally and emotionally too, okay? That's a way better way to put it. I always joke with people and say I have a made up job. I mean, all jobs are made up, but you know what I mean. I will literally be brushing a wig and gluing a mustache on my face and be like, I'm working. That's made up, Chelsea. What are you doing? So that, again, really just is another reason why she seems to be, in my opinion, a stain on the content creator industry. Let's touch on the undisclosed ads super quickly. Per the FTC, you do have to put #ad. You can't just put Maybelline partner, L'Oreal partner, blah, blah, blah partner. You can't do that. You have to have #ad, and it has to be the first, either within the first 2 lines or literally just the first thing. #ad or #sponsored. Usually people just put #ad because the character limit. #ad, not hard at all. Nope, not sure what her issue is. And constantly saying, oh, these aren't sponsored.
Mikayla Nogueira exposes herself. I noticed recently on my TikTok there's been an uptick in the amount of comments saying this is an ad, or is this an ad, or this must be sponsored. I've been on TikTok since March, and I've done 2 sponsored posts. I only agree to do sponsored posts with brands that I love, and I make it very apparent in the caption that it is an ad. This literally just changed my life. If my post is an ad, it will say it in the caption. Full face of makeup I hate. In other words, I likely will never use these products again after this video. And just actually really like this mascara, but it bleeds like a bitch. Your under eye's raccoon at the end of the day, which sucks. And the wand can be a little tough to work with. It used to be one of my favorites. For the lashes, I'm using the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes in the beautiful Dream Pop color. I love how it pairs with the eyeshadow. That I completely regret buying. I want to like this. I do. I want to like it. But the wand is too big. And it works almost too well. Like, once you get those brow hairs in place... Wow. Alright, let's see. This has fragrance in it. And it smells like really good. Really nice and cold. I mean, it doesn't look like it's gonna go anywhere. But as you can see, it very easily combed through. Something though, my brows look so good. Holy shit. They look so fluffy.
So many undisclosed ads, so many times what a lot of people on TikTok will do is give a rave review about something. And then from there, it won't necessarily be a sponsorship on the front end. But what you can do on TikTok is you can actually go in and in your settings, like if you're a creator, you can go in and make it to where brands can buy that content from you and buy the rights to it. And then it's whitelisting is what it's called. Then they are buying that ad and putting it on their own pages. So that's why a lot of people are like, I've blocked Mikayla and I keep seeing her face everywhere. So brands will pay more for that. For instance, I believe I have a deal like that with Colin Broom, and then there are a few others that I did too. And it bumps up the price of your sponsorships a good bit. So with TikTok, they've made it to where brands can do that. They can give you money for that. So if you're reviewing a product with that in mind already, then the brand buys it on the back end. Yes, that is then a sponsored video. So you need to go in and change it. Absolutely. You have to do that. That you're being paid for that content. And again, yes, it's afterwards, but it's still not ethical for you to not have on there paid sponsorship.
Also, I just think it's very interesting that Mikayla was using the new Pineapple Refresh cleanser from Rhode Skin, Hailey Bieber's skincare line, and she gave it a very favorable review, and she basically said it's one of the best cleansers she's ever used in her life. Do you think she actually means this, or she's trying to fish for Rhode to buy her ad because she gave it such a positive review? For those who may not know, TikTok has a very unique feature in that a brand could go in and buy your video and turn it into a paid ad, and that doesn't happen on any other app. This is a major reason why a lot of influencers give a product such a positive review, because they're hoping that the brand will buy their video and turn it into an ad. Do you think that Mikayla's trying to gain clout off of Hailey Bieber? Let me know in the comments. Really fast, I just want to add that I know Mikayla suffers from body dysmorphia and other mental health issues. I've been immersed in the world of recovery for over 6 years now, so I totally understand. It's a very delicate thing to deal with, so I'm sure that's why she edits her photos and videos so much. I don't want any of this to come off as insensitive. I understand that she suffers from a lot of issues, but this is just one of many problems people have with her. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you.
And one thing I've seen too a lot of times is that many people, including Mikayla, will go in after 2 days after their content has gotten the majority of the views that it will get. They will go in after that and add an ad or sponsor it or partner or something like that. And that is so messed up. That is so messed up. Don't do that. Oh, also it's illegal according to the FTC. It's not okay. And then we have Lashgate or Mascara Gate, I guess, where Mikayla pretended like she was reviewing a L'Oreal mascara, the telescopic mascara. She said that it wasn't a paid sponsorship. However, the phrasing that she was using was identical to other people who were also reviewing it and who were paid for those videos. And she clearly wore lashes at the end right here, and that is insane. Well, denies it to this day. That is also insane when it is absolutely so clear that she did do that.
Essence Call Me Queen mascara. Curl the lashes. It has this really flexible wand. Supposed to give a nice flared effect. Okay, that before and after, it's pretty freaking good.
Nogueira is being called out for allegedly lying to her fans after some are claiming that she lied about donating makeup to a homeless shelter.
An expired mascara that I'm actually going to donate to wildlife.
In videos from her TikTok, Mikayla explains what she does with expired makeup.
So all of these mascaras I'm showing are between 6 to 12 months old. They're just expired and dried out. No point in keeping them.
Fans then spotted that although Mikayla claims to donate expired mascara wands to Wands for Wildlife, a charity organization that helps repurpose discarded mascara wands, at the time of Mikayla's video, the organization had stated that the donation of mascara wands was halted in August 2021. One user commented, "She probably heard someone say they donate to this cause on TikTok, and she thought, that's such a good idea for content to make people love me. Let's go." Mikayla was also caught lying about how she really feels about an Essence concealer, after some users spotted the differences between a sponsored TikTok and a non-sponsored TikTok.
For the concealer, I'm going to pass. I think it's just like a whatever concealer. It didn't cover what I like concealer to cover. Me covered concealer. This is full coverage for my skin. Crazy. Essence, affordable, high quality, all at the drugstore. You don't need high-end makeup, babe. You need Essence.
The drama comes shortly after Mikayla found herself in hospital after being rushed to the emergency room. The beauty influencer shared pictures from a hospital bed with her millions of followers, saying that she is hoping to find some answers following some recent stomach issues. Mikayla is currently with Mila in her hand, but she showed off her husband right by her side. After sharing her concerns about a burning feeling in her esophagus, fans ran to the comments on her latest post, concerned for her health. Less than 24 hours, she was posting "Get ready with me" story times and packing PR boxes on TikTok. Mikayla immediately shut down rumors that she could be expecting a baby, posting, "Can y'all stop messaging me that I'm pregnant? It's very frustrating." But the 25-year-old is no stranger to rumors.
The brands never said anything either, but guess what? Shit got sold out. It also was not that good. Not that good at all. L'Oreal Lash Paradise L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara is my favorite one. I think that one's better. I've tried both. I think that one's better. And then another great time was when Mikayla was leading on a small business owner, the owner of a tanning company, for months and months and months, saying that she was going to review his product and then never did. And then finally said that she was going to do it. And then he went ahead and got $10,000 worth of product. Should he have done that? No, obviously. But he wanted to be able to keep up with the amount of product that Mikayla moves, apparently. And she continued to say constantly that she was going to review the product. She was going to review it. She was going to review it. Just say no. Just say you're not going to do it, girl. What are you doing? Stop lying. Literal pathological liar. In my opinion, it's crazy. Thankfully, it did work out for him because of those videos. He sold out all of the product and did really well. I actually just put an order in for that product too because I wanted to see how it works out and if I like the color better than what I get from my St. Maurice tan, because I love St. Maurice tan. I am on their PR list. They are the best. Oh my gosh, look, disclosing things in accordance with the FTC. What do you know? Mikayla could never. And then we also have people who have met Mikayla in person and said that she's just a garbage human being, said that they had horrible interactions with her. One in particular was a waitress that came out and was like, yeah, she was so rude to me. And I feel like that's a sign of like a shitty person, is when you're rude to people in hospitality. And then Mikayla came like out to and was like apologetic. And then in a different video, she had such a bad attitude and was like, well, she was a bitch, so blah, blah, blah. And it's like, whoa, ma'am, what are you doing? Calm down. Calm down. And then on top of that, we do have another controversy. This is more recently. I believe this was in spring of this year, in March, I think, when Mikayla did about 12 sponsorships for skincare companies where she's like, this gets rid of my acne. This gets rid of my acne. This gets rid of my acne. And it's like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, babe. No, it really doesn't. I hate that for you. And realistically, to be able to see if a skincare product is actually making a difference, you should be using that and just that for like a month and a half to 2 months. And there's no way that she could have been using all of these things within that time frame and actually have like results from them when you're saying you're using all of them, and then you do a completely, not sponsored video where you say that like these are your skincare go-tos, but yet none of the products you mentioned previously are in that video. And it just so happens that you've gone on brand trips for the previously sponsored brands, which is just the cherry on top. Another cringe thing here, I know we're going out of order, but whatever. Another cringe thing here is that for her wedding, Mikayla says constantly that she didn't invite anyone that she didn't know, but she did. Absolutely. There were influencers who were invited who said that they had never even met Mikayla and they were just like mutuals on a certain few things. And then also even Trisha Paytas had said recently, and I say recently, could be like months ago, in her podcast, Just Trish, she was like, yeah, Mikayla invited me to her wedding and like we've never even talked or, anything like that. So interesting. So are you inviting people who you've never met and that you've really never talked to and that you aren't friends with? Or are you inviting influencers so that the brands that have a vested interest in your wedding can then get more exposure because you are inviting so many influencers and you know that they are going to want to do a bunch of content so that they can get those views because it's associated with your wedding? That's icky. I mean, if you want to do that, fine, go ahead. But like, I don't know. It's just like making something like that a spectacle. Now let's do a quick rundown of a lot of Mikayla's absolute nonsense throughout the years, since I feel like we've got like the main ones out of the way. Other than, let me bring this up too. She was pretty performative when she said she was crying on a video saying that she's so upset about Roe v. Wade. I get it, babe. I cried too. But she was saying that she's going to donate half of the profits from a collab that she did, half of the profits from that palette to like to Roe v. Wade, whatever, or like a charity. But then she never showed proof of that. And then also whenever anyone asked her about it, she would block them or delete the comments. And that's insane. And then also another like charity type sketchy thing is that her and I believe it was Chris Appleton, I think it was possibly, they did a little collab charity type thing where they were like giving away a Chanel bag, and be able to enter the giveaway, you had to give money on GoFundMe, and all of that money would go to some children's cancer hospital, kids with no hands, I don't know, okay? Some type of children charity. That's illegal to do. You can't do a giveaway and people have to pay to get into it, because if you do, then that's a raffle. And there are so many like laws around that, and that's really important to know too. And you can't do that on GoFundMe. That's against GoFundMe's rules. So that was all taken down too, and we don't know who got the bag or if it even played out. And then they've just like not answered questions about it. The company themselves, the one that was doing like a partnership with them for it, Wow Hair Care, Wow Color, something like that, they were even like, yeah, we appreciate all 6 of the donors. Excuse me, 6 donors? Only 6 people donated? What? Mikayla has said the word tranny before.
Called out for offending minorities. A video has resurfaced from Mikayla that offended the trans community.
If that offends you, if you're against If you are, I'm not one, so
She has referenced drag queens as clowns. She was blocking and ignoring customers who purchased her Glam Light Part 2 collection, never received their orders, and they were asking about it. All of this while Glam Light was siphoning stock to CVS and ignoring their customer inquiries about their overdue orders. She's done many giveaways, making followers jump through hoops of engagement to boost her profile, but then doesn't deliver on said giveaways. She even has posted in her big like chat group thing on Instagram and said the only way that you're going to know if you win a giveaway is when it shows up at your door. And that's ridiculous to me. You can absolutely find the person, message them, and like get the address and send the tracking number. Like it's really not that hard. What are you doing? It's really not that hard. She also says that this one YouTube channel is not hers and that she doesn't have a YouTube channel. And that seems pretty strange to me because she could easily have that page taken down, but hasn't. 1,000,000,000% think that it is her channel, and that YouTube channel is making quite a lot of money off of Mikayla's shorts and her videos and all that being on there. I 100% believe that it's her channel. Why lie about it? She has talked multiple times about her estranged half-sister, like we talked about, to her enormous audience, when in reality, her sister was basically kicked out of the family and no one cared about her, is what it seems like to me. It's just my opinion. I was not there, but that's so inappropriate to talk about your sister and just to project her childhood trauma to everyone. And then there was also a small indie brand that was woman of color owned, and they had absolute beautiful, beautiful, beautiful swatches of their makeup palette that they were selling. And Mikayla, guess what she did? She went on hers to her giant platform and said that they were using Vaseline to make their product swatches look better. And allegedly, this was an attempt to make her collab with Glam Light look better. And that is so messed up, especially when with her collab with Glam Light, allegedly, when they were doing swatches, those were already pre-swatched on there. So it's like, girl, what are you doing? Why do you have to, not to sound like the MLM girls, but why do you have to trash this brand? Like they, from what I know, have been super honest to then make your completely unrelated bullshit look better. It's wild. So it's the next day. Sorry. I do want to mention that it does seem like a lot more commentary creators, influencers are calling out Mikayla for her calamity and her unethical everything. But the people who are really putting in the work, in my opinion, is the Reddit page / Mikayla Nogueira. They clock everything. Undisclosed ads to ridiculous filtering, her 75 different faces that she has. Now, as I said, and like I've called her out on Instagram about, which actually now that's only going to be on TikTok because my Instagram account and my backup account got disabled. The girl bosses got to me. Obviously, you're going to look different in a picture with better lighting, better makeup, better clothes, better posing. You're going to look more slender in the morning, right when you wake up, when you haven't eaten. Bad angles, bad moment, bad hair day, whatever, right? I mean, for instance, look at my profile picture and look at me. I mean, it's still the same person. It's just professional lighting. Professional. It is a photo shoot I did literally right here. And I do have a lot of makeup on in that. My hair is done. I'm posing a certain way, right? Obviously, that's going to look different than this with just sunscreen on and mascara and eyebrows and hair messy. But also, who cares? Embrace it all. Embrace the glam. Embrace the goblin. Okay? Mikayla definitely, in my opinion, takes her photoshopping, filtering, all that to just a crazy new level where it's like, girl, this does not make sense. If you look her up, you can find hundreds of pictures where it's all a different person. Let's go ahead and make a little montage of that, shall we?
Myself. And the whole, like, she distorts and makes her face skinny in videos. Like, no, I do not. I use angles that I like. I use really good lighting because that is what I'm comfortable with. It's not easy putting videos out to 15 million people, okay? Especially when I struggle with self-confidence and body dysmorphia and all kinds of shit. I just do things that I feel comfortable. But yeah, there will be times where if I'm out in public, I'm never done.
It's crazy when you see all of those because it looks like a bunch of different people trying to like cosplay as the same person. A bunch of different people trying to cosplay as Jaclyn Hill or Kourtney Kardashian, basically. And again, this is not me body shaming, not me, talking about her looks, because in reality, these aren't her looks. This is a filtered, photoshopped, face tuned version of her that she puts out, and it's insane because what she posts versus what she's tagged in, or like the in the wild pictures. I do think that if we're going to judge someone, and I've said this many times on my channel, I think if we're going to judge someone or call someone out for, we're judging and call someone out for photoshopping, filtering, doing things like that, we need to keep ourselves to the same standard when it comes to obviously being honest, but when we're doing before and after pictures, to call them out, you know, instead of showing a picture like at a horrible angle and they just look hideous. I don't look hideous, I'm beautiful. But you know, a very unflattering picture from like 4 years ago, and then like a professional marketing campaign picture from like today, right? You can't compare those two. That's not the same thing. Okay. And Mikayla has said that she's lost a bunch of weight, and, you know, this is why she looks different. Do I think she's lost a bit of weight? Sure. But I don't think that she has gone down to the size 4 that she claims that she is. Not to bring up the last video I made about her filtering. Some people were like, oh my gosh, like why focus on the number? And it's like, no. She focuses on the number. There could be an entire compilation of her saying that she's a size 4 or that she's going to be a size small or something like that. And it's like, what are you talking about? No, you're not. Absolutely no, you're not. You're not a size 4. No. I also don't think, and there's been a lot of speculation about Ozempic, I also don't think that she's on Ozempic, because you would be, and I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a health professional, anything like that, clearly, but I don't think that she is, because she would be losing weight like evenly around her body, I would think. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not even going to try to get into that. I don't know. I just know that it's very unethical and wrong for her to be filtering as much as she does and then clearly lying about it. Like, it's embarrassing. So this is a great one, because who is this? Who is this person? That's literally not you. That is unrecognizable. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And then this person posted and said, I ran a few of her pictures through an AI app that detects editing. Some of these apps aren't super accurate, because what they'll do is, even if you've like cropped it, or sometimes even if you've increase the saturation, or, you know, remove something from the background, or, you know, things like that that aren't necessarily changing your features, then like say that you've done that, which is silly. But that's not really the case here, because as you can tell, it's saying that she, you know, edited her nose. Here that she has edited the shape of her face, and is saying that heavy editing has been done on the face, which I think, I mean, if you have used Face App before, which I absolutely have, I've been honest about that. There are times where I will use it to to put teeth on my baby. It's hilarious. It's so funny. I'm not going to show you those pictures, but they're hilarious. They're so funny though. Or to like fix people's smiles. You know, y'all get it. I say it all the time. We've all have that one brother or dad or husband or whoever that like smiles like this, and it's like, what are you doing? Just smile. I've also used it to like brighten our faces, but not to change face shapes or anything like that, because that's unhinged. And then especially if you're selling something, that is wild. Absolutely wild. Now, if there's like a wrinkle in a dress, or like you're standing weird or something like that, sure, who cares? But again, if you are selling something, promoting something, if it's an ad, like that's not okay. And almost all of her content are ads and promotional things, so it's like that's not okay. This is another aspect of her filtering that I cannot understand either, where in some of her pictures and videos and all that, it looks like she has a large chest, and then in others it looks like she absolutely does not. It's like, how'd you go from D cup to A cup? What's going on here? That's crazy. And then this was the one from yesterday morning, that I saw that really made me want to post this video, because it's absolutely wild. So she posted this TikTok, and it's just like, girl, you have narrowed yourself, like used like a full ass like narrow filter so much on your body right here. Like, this is not your body. What are you doing? This is your body. That is. And this one was posted within this last week. And then this is from an Instagram story of the Glow Recipe brand trip that she's on right now. Like, that's wild. And again, this is not body shaming, anything like that. I don't care what you look like. Go off. Live your best life. Try to be healthy, whatever that means to you. I don't care what you look like. I care that you are editing yourself into a different person and lying about it and then profiting off of it. That's not okay. And then of course we have the blurred hairline. Your hairline doesn't just magically blur. It's going to do that if you're using a filter. And then this one's pretty diabolical right here. And the person who posted it asked, how does her chin shape change so drastically within like 2 seconds of a TikTok video? And you can say all day long, oh, well, you're smiling, your face is going to be more round when you're smiling. She's literally making almost the same face in both of them. So that argument is invalid. It's invalid. Absolutely. And then here are some other absolutely glorious examples of proof, in my opinion, of just crazy filters. So filters will glitch, and this one you can see the shape of her chin changing and then also being blurred. Oh, honey. And then this one, I assume it's because of the lighting, like how the lighting was through the window. It was messing up the filter, but was warping something that was happening there. And a lot of times what can happen with filters when they're added on in post, meaning in editing, it can leave not a stamp, but a filter. I know that sounds silly, but then it's like it's an overlay is what it is. That's what filters are, except for like these AI ones. Obviously that's a little bit different, but you can see these lines on her face and these dots on her face. Like what else would that be from? And then of course we have pictures that she posted and then pictures from other people that they posted, or just like the in the wild pictures, and then videos with her wearing makeup, and these are like seconds apart, where one side's unfiltered, one side is filtered, and you can clearly see her filler migration that she has right here. And hey, listen, I had filler migration too. Mine were real bad, okay? And I got it all dissolved over like 2 years. It didn't take that long, but I got pregnant, so then I had to wait. I got most of it dissolved, and then I got a little bit more dissolved in March, and then 2 weeks later, a month later, I got them refilled, and now they're great. So it happens to the best of us, and sometimes like you're blind to it. You like absolutely can't see it. I know my mom literally offered to get hers, like to pay for her to go to my injector to get her shit dissolved because Linda, what are you doing? And she's blind to it. She doesn't see an issue with it. And I'm like, but I've been there. Sometimes we don't know. However, just trying to filter it out, that's sketchy, especially when you are doing makeup and reviewing products and you get paid to do that. And then also you can see blemishes. And then with this next one, she doesn't have any blemishes. Now, this is another one that instantly when I saw it, I was like, okay, I have to make this video ASAP because this is so frustrating. So Mikayla did a stitch of a video of someone, wearing like a corset dress, right? And it's one of the ones that you pull in the back. It's the corset, holds your boobies up, right? She has it tagged with TikTok Shop. Of course, she's screaming at you. She is going to review it. Door frame behind her is literally crooked. She's snatching herself up, snatching it up, pulling as much as she can. And what do you know? It snatches her so much that her waist is the same diameter as her head, apparently, which is crazy. So she's selling this dress and it's false advertising. That's wrong. That's not okay. Report to the FTC ASAP. And then here's a video of her working out that she posted. She jump roping or something. Yeah, I guess she's jump roping. And someone screen recorded it and slowed it down. And you can clearly see the filter just glitching so much to try to keep up with her movements. And it's like, does she just not care that like people know, like that people can clearly see? That's crazy. This was a really good one too. The person pointed out that the drawers of her vanity or whatever are literally going like this. Crazy. So again, I think that she uses a filter that just like narrows her body. At this point, there's so many examples. Like I don't think that she cares that people know or see. I mean, it keeps people talking about her. So, and then with this again, you can see the drawers pulling towards her. And the same with this one as well. They're being pulled towards her. And with this one, you can see that she didn't edit the arm in the mirror. And again, this is a great example of you being able to see right here that there is clearly a filter applied to her chin, to her face, and it is like glitching right here. It's unfortunate. It's sad. I get it. It's rage bait. And if it was just rage bait, but the thing is that typically with rage bait, we all know it's rage bait and the person is, dismissed, and sure, they might be talked about, they might be made fun of, kind of like just pearly things, like I mentioned before. Just pearly things, we all know it's rage bait. I don't know, think she knows it is, but she's annoying, she's stupid, whatever, right? And sure, she might have like some type of an audience, but like not really. And then with Mikayla, though, like, people believe what she's saying, believe that this is really her, and she's perpetuating that as well. And not only is it unethical, because like I said, she sells things, promotes things, is sponsored by companies, and ultimately is changing the outcome of how the product works, looks, wears, all that, and the end result of it by filtering herself into another person. But then also the psychological aspect of this too, people who do struggle with eating disorders, body dysmorphia, things like that, just like she says that she has, you know, maybe see her stuff and are like, wow, you know, she, not to say is like such an idol or someone I should look up to or anything like that, but, you know, see her stuff and be like, wait, she says she's a size 4, like, I'm a size 4, what are you talking about? And I made that comparison in my last video that was strictly about just her filtering, and I do want to reiterate that, like, I understand that she's not responsible for anyone's mental health issues or triggers. I get it. No one is responsible for that except for you, right? But also it is like a mind F in a way, because it's like, well, I'm a size 4. Like in Target shorts and all that, like, I'm a size 4. I'm a size 4 and a small. Like size 0 to, or 00 to what, 2 is a extra small. Small, typically, small is 4 to 6, something like that. I don't know. I just remember looking at the size chart on Target and then like a few other places where I was buying stuff. And it's just crazy because it's like, then I see like even filtered pictures of you or photos of her. Like, I'm like, wait, oh, I don't look like her. And I understand sizes literally come in all shapes and sizes. I get it. But it's so crazy. So crazy. So we're almost done with this video. I know it's long. I'm sorry. But one more thing that this is just me probably having like BEC, bitch eating cracker syndrome, that she keeps saying that she's on an anti-inflammatory diet and like that's how like she looks so good, and it's like, no girl, it's filters. That's how you're looking like you're looking. But then she posts constantly like all this food and all, like going to Dunkin' Donuts and like all this other stuff, and it's like, girl, that's not anti-inflammatory. What are you talking about? So she's lying to lie. Like, everything out of this girl's mouth, in my opinion, is just a straight up lie. It's crazy. And it must be exhausting. Like I've always said in real life and on my channel, I don't have a good enough memory to be to lie about stuff. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. That sounds exhausting. And if you think about it, it's all for ego, obviously, but it's all for money, because she has made so much money from this grift, from her catfish transformation before and afters, which are all filtered, from her makeup reviews, from, you know, whatever. And some people will say, well, she's not like appealing with like that voice and that attitude and with just everything. Like, why do people find her appealing? And another creator and a lot of people have even said, like, it's because she represents like the not conventionally, you know, Instagram model influencer like aesthetic. She is loud. She is short. She is not a, you know, size 4, size 2, size 0, right? And so that's really how she got a lot of her following. But it seems like she's filtering out the things that got her to where she is. But then also that was fake to begin with, because all of that was filtered and blurred and had a fake accent. That's exhausting. Anyways, please subscribe. Leave in the comments below what other influencers or public figures, whoever you want me to do videos on or who you want me to call out. I would appreciate that. Keep in mind, I do not have an Instagram right now, because I'm pretty sure what happened is that 2 people that are best friends, ironically enough, who I had made a few videos about throughout like the last 4 years, I'm pretty sure that they need to have my Instagram, both of them, taken down by using their services. You can pay to do that, and they like have bots like mass report your account. They definitely make enough money scamming to do that. So I'm pretty sure they did it. So I don't have another one right now. I have like my personal and private one, which like y'all don't follow. That's just for family. Yeah, so I have that, but I don't have any others. So if you get a friend request from one, that's not me. And not me. I do run the podcast Instagram, the Here for the Clout podcast, me and Cheryl and Dale. Make sure you subscribe to that. That'll be down below. Other than that, though, if you are subscribed, please understand that your butt looks so good. Girl, you don't need a filter on that. It looks so good. You're hot. You are. You really are. If you're not subscribed, though, you're dead to me, and I don't know what you're doing, so you should probably figure that out. Again, this was not body shaming, anything like that. I know I'm still gonna get comments of like, stop talking about that. Guess what, girl? It's not her looks. It's a filter. Subscribe, like, and comment, and all those things, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.
Sipping on straight glory.